here tonight. So can y'all please give it up? I'm so thankful for my family and the home I was raised in and the way that they taught me to love Jesus. And I'm so grateful for the way I was raised. I grew up in Lexington, Kentucky, but about 2 hours south of there, my grandparents own some land that's been in our family for over 100 years. And so I grew up going to the farm to shoot guns and go hunting and fishing my whole life. And had such a blast doing that. And my whole life, up until I was about 15, I wanted to be an astronaut and I wanted to work for NASA. I just had this dream of going to space one day, and I loved math and science as a kid. And I remember being like 3 or 4 years old, and my mom said I would just always stare up into the sky and the stars and just talk about it for hours on end. And that's really what I was honestly planning on doing with my life. And then, like we all do, we kind of have a moment where we're kind of headed down this path, and then something happens and we change what our hopes and our future is. And for me, that day was on June 7th of 2017. I was 15. I had just graduated just finished my freshman year of high school, going into my sophomore year of high school. And I went to bed just like any other night. It was during the summer, and school had just gone out, and I'd had a really good day with my friends, and I remember just being super happy and going to bed that night and waking up at 3:30 to my sister running in my room saying, "Hey, Ann, something's going on, and you need to go downstairs and see what's going on." So I run downstairs, I'm half asleep, and the first thing I saw were 6 police officers standing in front of my front door. I remember seeing them and thinking something really bad has happened. I walk into the room, see my parents, and we came to find out that my brother Jacob had been tragically killed in a car accident when he was 23 years old. He was heading home after a dinner with his friends, and he was going through an intersection, and someone came and hit him, and he died on impact. Didn't make it to the hospital. Died at the scene. We found out hours after it had happened, and we were so devastated. I remember that feeling of, felt like just life was just gone. Like I couldn't even breathe. I felt like, how in the world am I going to survive the loss of my best friend, my big brother, Jacob? He was everything to me. And in the midst of all of my pain, right in that moment, I heard God speak to me so clear. And he said to me, "Ann, are you going to trust me, or are you not?" And I remember having this moment of realizing that in this pain, I had to make a decision. Was I going to trust God, or was I going to push him away and try to do all this by myself, knowing that God was the only one that could get me through this pain? And so I turned around and I said, "Jesus, I trust you." And when I said that, I literally felt like this weight had immediately lifted off of me. And somehow, some way, I knew I was going to survive the loss of my brother, as hard as it was. And I had never sang in front of anyone before in my life. I had literally no desire to do music, to come on tour, to be on stages, to sing. And I was having a moment of just worshiping at my piano one day, and that led to me actually singing at my brother's funeral for the first time in front of anyone. And it was in that moment on stage, as I was at the funeral looking at the casket and all the people in my brother's life, that I realized that I was being called to music. And so here I am, almost 7 years later. I'm living proof that God can take something horrible and turn it into something beautiful. And I believe that he can do the very same thing for every single one of you here tonight. And I got to meet some of you earlier in the meet and greet that are going through some pretty hard things. And for those of you that are tonight, I want you to know that you're not alone in your pain and in your suffering. God is with you. He weeps with you. And he wants to take you by the hand and pull you through this whole journey that you're about to go on. Tonight I want to play all my favorite songs that I've ever written so far in my career. I wrote the song a couple years ago, just about the reality of what life is like without the ones that we love. I hope you love it. It's called 7th of June. My friends, they know that I won't pick up if they call me one day, and that one day is here, and my tears just like a song rain are falling. It's just what they do when I start missing you. and why I have to stay. And when's it gonna get easier to make it through the day? Oh, I could have walking, I ain't much for talking, just thinking and crying and praying, trying to make sense of what don't make sense in this life. Like why you're up there and not here by my side. They say it's gonna get easier, and I wanna believe that's true. It's just hard on the 7th of June. Oh, I miss you. Yeah, I miss you. Oh, I miss you. Oh. Just thinking, just crying and praying and trying to make sense of what don't make sense in this life. That fire and I'm here by my side. They say it's gonna get easy, and I wanna believe that's true. It's just hard, it's just hard on the 7th of June. Oh, well, my friends, they know what they felt, but they call me. 'Cause on the 7th of June, it's just me and you.
Yeah.